Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on today and just to let you guys know that we're going to start doing videos like this a little more frequently. We're going to, not necessarily like a show, I would say, but more like a podcast video type thing, just kind of going over some of the things that we cover on the page already. Just things that we have seen and done as men that have helped us grow as men and men in Christ that we think that you guys could learn from too. Just growing in this thing together. Not that I'm some kind of expert or anything, but just that I think we could all grow together. So the reason I'm doing this video specifically is because I posted earlier today about exercising, why that was an important thing. And so we had some questions about exercise routines and things like that. I just thought I would jump on and give you guys my exercise routine, something that you guys can use as a platform to jump off of. So one of the first things I want to go over is one of the reasons why exercising is so important. So we have a chemical called cortisol that we release from our brains if under stressful situations. When we exercise, we get those cortisol levels, and those cortisol chemicals go into our bloodstream, and it's in doses, right? So if we don't exercise, then whenever it comes time for us to have cortisol dumped from the stresses of life, from work, or you didn't clean the house the right way, and now you've got to deal with those consequences, right? So those cortisol, when we get hit with that cortisol at that time, then we don't really know how to manage it very well because our body isn't used to it. So when we exercise, we get that cortisol in spurts, and so whenever things come in our life that do actually make us stress, we handle those things a lot better. So first thing that I started doing, and I think that you should, when you start exercising, you should do it in increments. And because every time that I've started trying to exercise and gone right into it and tried to do everything all at once, look at the Schwarzenegger, the Henry Cavill workout, and try to do all of those things all at one time, I find myself getting overwhelmed and I wind up quitting. So you do these things in increments, and then I think that you'll be a lot more successful. At least that's the way it's been for me. So the first thing that I start with is start lifting my favorite muscle groups. Obviously, the most aesthetically pleasing ones are your chest and your biceps, so I started there. Again, I got to get that Witcher Bod right.
What does this have to do with me?
So I started with my chest and my biceps, and did that until I was a little more comfortable. Maybe I don't know, a couple of weeks. Maybe it could take up to a month or however long you need. Get to where you're comfortable doing that once a week. Then I started adding in more muscle groups. So I started doing my triceps and my back and my glutes on one day. So on Monday I'll do chest and biceps, and then you give a day of rest because rest is important when you're lifting. So on Wednesday, maybe Thursday, I'll do my back, triceps, and glutes. Okay? So you do that for a little while until you get comfortable with that. And then after you do that, you get to where you're looking at your diet. Because I think that while exercising is important, and that's as far as like getting into shape, getting to where you're comfortable in your body and you're able to have fun with your kids, get down and play with them on the floor, or go outside and play catch football or whatever with them, then that's one of the first steps. So then the next step, you start looking at your diet. And what I did was I've got a little app called MyFitnessPal. If you want to add me on there, you can comment in this, and I'll try to add all of you guys. And basically just start tracking what it is that you're eating and making sure that just being aware of what it is that you're eating is a big step. So I went from eating cheeseburgers to grilled chicken. And instead of having, a huge breakfast, I have a thing of oatmeal, and it fills me, right? And so if I'm watching how many calories I spend, and with this app, the MyFitnessPal app, it automatically takes the exercises that I do from my watch and puts it directly in there and adds more calories to me for the day. So I put my goal in there and I say right now I weigh 230, I want to weigh like 220 or something. And then I will log what I eat that day, and it will tell me at the end of the day what my calorie deficit is. Or, if my wife makes her no-bake cookies. That's kind of a problem for me. I wind up way over my calorie limit, and so sometimes that's okay. Anyway, the I look at my calorie deficit, and it automatically calculates. I hit the end of the day, and it calculates how many calories I was at. And if I have a day like that for 5 weeks, I think it says it'll tell you how much it is that you're going to weigh. And so that's been really helpful for me too. So start with a couple muscle groups, the ones that you like the most, then start to the next muscle group, then look at what it is that you're eating, make sure that you're at a calorie deficit. You start burning some of this cookie weight. And then the last step, after you've done that for a little while, you're getting a little bit comfortable with that, then you go to finding a cardio that you enjoy. For me, I really like being outside, so I'll run, or I'll hike, or I'll do something. I like going and playing Pokemon Go with my kids.
Pikachu yells and thunder smash! Pikachu!
So we can have something to do together. We go outside and we get some calories burnt, right? And so if you have an Apple Watch, track it on there. Again, it puts it into your MyFitnessPal, and so then it gives you more calories that you can eat. And so if you fudge a little bit, then it's not quite so bad. So anyway, those are the things that I do. I think that it's a great start. It's a great way to just remember that if you mess up one day, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to stop exercising. You don't have to stop with a diet. I've had days where I just eat a ton, right? I mean, it's Thanksgiving time, it's Christmas time. That's going to happen right now. But I am seeing huge gains, not just gains, but also like I see myself managing stress a whole lot better, and my day's just generally better. Okay, and I get to enjoy life better. Like the meme that I shared says, suffer a little bit now for 20-30 minutes a day, or suffer always. Anyway, God bless, guys. I hope this helped you guys.